I've had my Action 5 Pro now for about 4 or 5 months, and I really didn't think anything about covering these glass screens until recently. I saw a small scratch on the back screen here, and I went ahead and decided to order this screen covers by Lenovo. I'm going to open up this package, show you everything that came inside, and I'll do the application onto my Action 5 Pro, let you see how that installation goes. These are the contents that come in the box. You get this little card by Lenovo. It looks like they have some type of an app that you can register for. This is a lens cap cover. It looks like a rubber or silicone lens cap cover in its own little bag. Open that up for you. So that would just go over this cap cover right here. So you want to protect that glass. And then this part of the kit is everything for the glass screen covers. So we'll open this up. All right, so that's like a full layout of everything that came in this plastic box that they send the screen protectors in. 2 lens covers, 2 front screen covers, and 2 rear screen covers, 2 sets of the wet and dry wipes, the dust stickers with the guide stickers. You got that cloth, and then you've also got the instructions. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the protective case off of this camera. Just loosen it. You can push on this tab a little bit and then push the camera forward. Now I'm going to check the fitment of this glass over the back of the camera. This tab is the part that needs to be facing down, so you're peeling the backing when you go to stick that on. Before I clean this surface though, I want to get an idea on how this is going to line up on the camera so I can kind of see top to bottom, left to right, if I've got a really good fitment there. So it looks to me like it's almost an exact fit over that factory glass on the camera. On the first step, open up package number 1, and you're going to clean that glass with that wipe. It's going to be wet going on there. This should get all the fingerprints and everything. And I'm going way over the edges too, just to make sure if there's anything, and go down in these little cracks just to make sure that there's not any dust or anything that's gotten on that part of the camera. And just make sure you've gone all the way around that several times, wiping anything off that you see there. Now you're going to open up package number 2, and this is a dry cloth here. So you're going to go back over the camera with cloth number 2 and any of those little spots or anything that you may see. You want to try to turn your camera where you can see a reflection so you don't see any spots, dust or dirt or anything. And like I said, go all the way around it, go in the cracks and everything. Try not to get your fingerprints on there. And go back. Sometimes I like to go side to side and up and down. Very similar if you've ever put one of these on your cell phone. Okay, I've now installed 2 guide stickers on the opposite side of the glass. This is the side that you're fixing to peel the backing off of. Once you do that, once you peel the backing, you do not want to touch the camera and you do not want to touch the other side of this glass. You're going to use these guide stickers to help you lay this down over the camera. We've peeled the backing, and I'm now going to lay this down over the back side of the camera. If you want to pick one edge, sometimes I like to pick, say, the top edge there, and you're going to try to lay this down evenly until you feel that you've got it exactly where you want it. You may have a little bit of play with this just for a few seconds once you get it there, and then once you figure out you've got it exactly where you want it, you want to press down on the glass, and you should see how it's absorbing into that spot, so it should take all the bubbles out. When you see it finish that, you're going to have to take your finger and just smooth this thing out all the way around. You could now take your guide stickers off. And then I would just push this around. Don't try to shift it though. It may still be trying to set in place. You're just really trying to apply pressure down onto it. And then as if you're painting the screen with your finger, you could take this little cloth that they provided and also use it to go over the top of that glass like that. You may see some hazing on there until this is fully adhered to the back side of that glass, but that should clear up. For the glass here on the front of the screen, do the same thing. You're going to find one of the pieces that fit. Double check that alignment so you can understand how it's going to fit in which direction, because if you look at this, it will not fit this way. It fits one specific way on there. So you want to make sure you understand the layout, how close it is to all of those edges, and then you can get ready to clean the surface. Open up the step number 1, the wet wipe there. You're going to clean all surfaces of this glass on the front. Remember to overextend the glass there just in case there's somewhere that there's dust nearby. You just want to have all that out of your way and get deep into those edges there. Open up your step 2 wipe, which is the dry wipe. Go back over the glass again. Again, going all around those edges where you just did with the wet wipe. All the way around, overextending a little bit on the body of the camera. All right, put your guide stickers on the opposite side as the sticker that's already on the glass when you received it. And you're going to peel that backing. Remember, this is peeling the backing off. So once you do that, you need to be ready to stick this. Remember your orientation, how that's going to go on there. So once you peel that, you're going to lay it back down the way, the orientation of the glass. Use your guide stickers to line this up with the camera. Remember to pick maybe one edge to start with first and then get it to lay down in the best spot you can get it. All right, and you should see it as it lays out perfectly. All the air bubbles should escape. And then you're just going to press on this glass, not trying to shift it, just a little bit of pressure over the face of the glass to try to push it down and make sure it's got all the air bubbles out. Remember, you can use that cloth to go back over it. Currently, I'm not planning on putting the one over the lens here because this cover can unscrew and be replaced if necessary. And I really just don't want to put anything over the field of view. My hands really are not typically on the lens cover. They're more going to be on this front touchscreen and the rear touchscreen. If you did want to install this, you would just follow the same steps as I showed you in the previous 2 steps on putting the one on the back of the camera and the one right here on the front of the camera. But for my application right now, I'm just going to save these for later in case I do want to add them. But like I mentioned, this piece can unscrew off of the camera, and I could always just replace it directly from DJI if necessary. On the lens cap cover, one thing I figured out was it will fit over this little piece of rubber that comes on the camera from DJI, but it fits a little bit easier if you take that piece of rubber off, and you can just put this over the face of the lens there. I typically keep mine in the DJI case, so I'm probably not going to be currently using this lens cap cover, but I will have it in my kit in case I take this camera out and I want to put it on for any reason. The last steps of what you need to do is take your camera and you can put it back in the bumper case. And you want to push this tab forward so you're opening that bumper case as much as you can, and then you can clip the bumper case back on. In this application, there is no issues and no interference with the glass here on the back. You shouldn't have any trouble with the glass on the front because it's just open there, but I am able to put the camera back in the bumper case without any issues there. Final steps, you want to power up the camera, and you're going to check to make sure that the touchscreen is still sensitive, that it didn't change anything with the sensitivity of the camera. And in my application, it appears everything is working just as normal, all settings and everything. And we can double check just the different screens, and it appears everything is working just as normal there. So that's how you install this tempered glass protection for the Osmo Action 5 Pro for the back and the front screen. And this is the kit by Cenovo. Hopefully this information was useful or helpful for you. And if it was, please subscribe and share. And that's to the point.